The Iran conflict has exposed growing concerns inside the Pentagon over the cost and survivability of America's high-end drone fleet. Reports say the Trump administration is pushing for a lower-cost drone that can perform missions once assigned to expensive MQ-9 Reapers. Heavy MQ-9 Reaper losses during the Iran conflict have accelerated the search for a cheaper and more expendable replacement. Pentagon planners are racing to develop a low-cost combat drone after costly battlefield losses highlighted the need for mass-produced systems. The iconic MQ-9 Reaper's future is under renewed scrutiny as the US reassesses its drone strategy for high-intensity warfare. Heavy combat losses suffered by MQ-9 Reaper drones during the Iran war have triggered a major Pentagon review of its unmanned aircraft strategy. Pentagon planning documents indicate the US military is now seeking a lower-cost drone to replace many missions currently assigned to the MQ-9 Reaper. Defense officials are looking for a platform that is cheaper to build, modular in design, and capable of being mass-produced at high speed. The program aims to field a new operational unmanned aircraft within the next 5 years to meet future battlefield requirements. The review follows combat losses that raised serious concerns about the MQ-9 Reaper survivability in highly contested, high-intensity conflicts. Reports said more than 50 MQ-9 Reaper drones have been lost to Iranian and Houthi air defense systems during recent operations. For years, the MQ-9 Reaper has served as the backbone of US intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, and precision strike missions worldwide. Each MQ-9 Reaper costs an estimated $20 to $30 million, making sustained combat losses increasingly expensive to replace. Its long endurance, satellite communications, and precision-guided weapons have made the aircraft a central element of US military operations. Officials said the next generation of unmanned systems must be affordable enough to procure in far greater numbers while remaining operationally effective. Satellite images released by Iranian media show before and after views of locations allegedly hit during Iran's retaliatory attacks. According to Press TV, the imagery focuses on military facilities located in Bahrain, Kuwait, and Qatar. Military analysts say the images appear to indicate damage at multiple facilities associated with US military operations. Earlier satellite assessments had already pointed to damage involving aircraft hangars, radar systems, and other military infrastructure. The latest imagery has reignited debate over the true extent of damage suffered by US forces during the conflict. Analysts caution that while some of the images have been verified, others have been identified as AI-generated or misleading. As the exchange of strikes continues, the satellite evidence is expected to intensify global scrutiny of the ongoing US-Iran conflict. The United States has launched a third consecutive night of military strikes against Iran, signaling a major escalation in the conflict. President Donald Trump has ordered a fresh wave of attacks as US Central Command vows to keep increasing pressure on Iranian forces. US Central Command said, and I quote, "At 4:45 p.m. ET today, US Central Command began launching the third consecutive night of strikes against Iran, at the Commander-in-Chief's direction. These strikes will continue imposing a heavy cost on Iranian forces and degrade their ability to attack innocent civilians and commercial shipping in the Strait of Hormuz." Unquote. According to CENTCOM, the operation will continue until Iran's military capabilities are significantly degraded. The latest strikes are also aimed at protecting international shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. Fresh explosions have been reported across Bandar Abbas as the latest round of US strikes hit southern Iran. Iranian media also reported multiple blasts on Kish Island, suggesting the conflict is spreading to more strategic locations. Iran has responded by launching cruise missiles at a US vessel operating in the Gulf, according to reports. Tehran also claimed that its drone strikes targeted American military facilities inside Kuwait. Iranian officials further claimed that several US bases in Kuwait were successfully hit during the retaliatory operation. Air raid sirens were reportedly heard in Bahrain amid unconfirmed reports of activity near the US Fifth Fleet. Security concerns are also growing in the United Arab Emirates as the conflict expands across the Gulf. The US Embassy in Abu Dhabi and the US Consulate in Dubai have cancelled public appointments because of escalating regional threats. The Trump administration has formally notified Congress that US hostilities against Iran have resumed. The White House insists President Trump has the constitutional authority to continue military operations against Iran. The renewed campaign has now triggered a fresh political clash between Congress and the White House over presidential war powers. President Trump says the latest strikes were defensive actions carried out to protect vital American interests. Washington has warned Tehran that it will continue paying a heavy price for targeting commercial shipping. The Strait of Hormuz has once again emerged as the central battlefield in the growing US-Iran confrontation. With missiles, drones, naval attacks and airstrikes intensifying, the Gulf region appears to be moving closer to a much wider war.
And we're hitting them very hard, and it'll continue, and we'll see what happens, but we're knocking out all of their offensive capability, and we're controlling the straits, we're putting the blockade back. And it's a blockade not for anybody but Iran. In other words, anybody doing business with Iran can't go through. Everyone else will be able to go through. So it's a blockade. It's a very strong blockade. The blockade was probably more effective even than hitting them, but I think the combination is the thing that really does.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a banking dynasty meets tides of world history, intrigue, and a dash of myth?
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.